Morning, everybody. I'm going to make a little short video. It's a contest for the auditory vinyl. Thought it'd be fun. The first question, shout out to a channel and show one record you might see on that channel. I'm going to pick Shamrock and Records, Brian. Love his stuff. I wish he'd do more. He's been busy this summer, but he hasn't done much for videos. I'd like to see more of those, so it's for him. I'm gonna do the White Buffalo, Love and Death and Damnation. The White Buffalo, he's got like a grittier Eddie Vedder voice, singer-songwriter. He kind of got a little fame because he was doing a lot of songs for the Sons of Anarchy soundtrack back in the day. But his stuff is so good. Just really well written, great songs. Three-piece band. Oh my God, just love them. Great live too. All right, number 2. Show 2 albums you rarely see in the vinyl community. Well, I got a lot of those. Being a country guy and a Americana guy. And all right, I've got this Prone to Lean by Donnie Fritz, Funky Donnie Fritz. This album is so good. I mean, like, it's like funky country. It's I think John Prine sings with him in it. Who else? There's so many people. Eddie Hinton's in it. I mean, just beautiful, funky country. He was a wild man. Just great songs on this album. If you've never heard it, you should go on Spotify and check it out, man. Just a killer album. I mean, yeah. Background vocals: Rita Coolidge, Billy Swan, Dan Penn, Chris Christopherson, John Prine, Eddie Hinton, and Jerry Wexler. pretty fun album, man. If you've never heard it, you should check that one out. My second one, Charles Wesley Godwin, How the Mighty Fall. Charlie is newer to a lot of people. I've been seeing him for about 7 or 8 years, but he ended up touring with Zach Bryan last year. He's gotten a lot more, big. I went and saw him about 2 weeks ago. I've seen him about 7 times. This beautiful singer-songwriter, Americana from, Appalachia. He reminds me, his voice reminds me of like Gordon Lightfoot, and the storytelling in his songs are just so beautiful. He's probably one of my favorite singers in the last couple of years. I mean, his stuff is just so good. And this is his second album. He has a new one out that's just as good. You should really check him out if you haven't heard him. And the third question here, show an album that have one artist, but it has to have 3 different bands that the artist was in or played with. You can also pick a solo album. Well, I'm going to pick Clarence White. He's an amazing guitar player. He was bluegrass, he did country, he did rock. He's from New England, where I'm from. I think he was from Lewiston, Maine. And he went out to California and he did some bluegrass, but most people know him from Sweethearts of the Rodeo. He played guitar on it. And he played with the Byrds for about, 3 or 4 albums. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's just so good. They said it didn't sell well when it came out, but I mean, I think it's one of the best albums of all time. And then we got one of his bluegrass albums here. This is Mule Skinner. Came out in 78. I want to say it was after he passed. It's got Richard Green, Bill Keith, Peter Rowan, Dave Grisman, and Clarence in it. This is a banger of a bluegrass album. I'll buy anything I can find with Clarence in it because he was such an amazing guitar player. And third, I just got this last week. It's a Nashville West. I've been looking for this for years. This is like a country rock album. I think this came out after we passed too, but it's got Clarence, Gil Gilbo, Gene Parsons, and Wayne Moore, and it just very, very cool album. Clarence, just like I said, he's probably him and Tony Rice are probably my favorite guitar players. I would have loved to see what he did if he lived a little longer, But that's what I got. Thanks for watching, guys.